The second half of the alphabet I think is even easier than the first half. But remember, you just have to associate the Teeline letters with the longhand letters, and that's how you learn them. You should never have to drill in Teeline to learn letters and parts of the theory because it's so logical. Just try and understand why something is written as it is, and then it's easy to remember. So you're going to think of an old-fashioned small n for a Teeline N, and it's written from top to bottom with just the tail of an old-fashioned small n visible and written downwards. An O looks just like an O. Now you've got the line here because a P, once you take away that circle, you're left with a line going through the line just as it is in longhand. So you've now got H that you've had already, which is on the line just by taking away that part of a small h, and now you've got the tail of a P going through the line. If you take away the circle of an old-fashioned Q, you're left with its tail, and that goes through the line. So you can think of it as a big U or associate it with that old-fashioned Q. An R again is a common letter, so you've got a very straightforward symbol, and it's just an angled straight line going from top to bottom to represent R. Another old-fashioned S, and you take that part away and you're left with a circle, and that goes on the line. And it is the same as the O, but don't worry, as you'll find out later on, you can't get them muddled up with each other. The T comes from a capital T, and that's how Teeline takes its name. So you take away its tail and you're left with a line above the line. So you've had before D, which is on the line, and now you've got T, which is above. U just looks like a U, and V looks like a V. And W is like an upside down M, so you take away part of it and you're left with a curve on the line, whereas M goes that way, if you remember. Now you've got W going the other way. X looks like an X, but this is one of my favourite letters in Teeline because it's so versatile, and most of the time you only need one half of it, but you'll find that out later on. A small Y, you take away the tail, but you give it a little curl, so it looks like a U, but it's not going to get muddled up with a Teeline U because the Teeline U is plainer. Z, you can think of it either as an S with a little tail, or a tadpole, or a large comma, so it has that tail. So again, if I take away the longhand letters, hopefully you can still see the similarity between the Teeline letters. So now go into the lesson and learn them from the lessons, and go back to the next video, which gives you a little bit of an idea of proportion.